Bogosh says it's a good idea to stay disciplined about washing your hands. Siobhan Morris, News Talk. 1010.
Do you remember the Super Dave Osborne show back in the late 80s?
Super Dave is being strapped into his chair ski, and of course the straps are made of genuine, fire-resistant Saskatchewan sealskin binding.
The man who played Super Dave, Bob Einstein, has died at the age of 76. He had cancer. He's a two-time Emmy winner. You might remember him most recently from Curb Your Enthusiasm, did about 24 episodes, but Super Dave has a special place in the hearts of GTAers who remember that show, as his production was filmed in Toronto and Markham. It wasn't a white Christmas in Toronto. It really hasn't been a white much of anything this season. There's only been one or two dates that really stand out when it comes to snow this winter. Lucas Meyer's been chatting with some snow removal companies about how this impacts their bottom lines.
Since most haven't had to get out their shovels in the city, Diko Nahabidian with Mr. Plow King says they've only had to head out once back in mid-November.
Our routes mapped out, and we're just being patient and on standby for any snow events.
The good news is lots of companies settle contracts ahead of the season, so there isn't a major financial burden. Larry Richards with East West Snow Services says while they've only had to plow once, they've still been out to de-ice and put out some salt.
The only significant difference is my guys had Christmas and New Year's off.
With my shovel ready, Lucas Meyer, News Talk 1010.
So you have your New Year's resolutions, likely involving dropping a few LBs from that badonkadonk, but what about the cute little fuzzy face that's curled up beside you on the couch? Apparently pet obesity is a thing. Study out of the U.S. finds last year when it comes to pet insurance claims at one company, 20% of them involve conditions and diseases that are related to pet obesity. James Moore investigates what's the issue.
It's because the dog in your life knows precisely which buttons to push.
We like to dote on them, and I think that's really one of the biggest contributing factors to this.
Dr. Clayton Greenway is the head of vet strategy.
We like to give them treats, and we often don't pick a healthy treat like raw vegetables.
Greenway says there's a misconception that dogs and cats get chunky because they don't get exercise.
It's really related to diet and calorie intake.
He recommends visiting your vet if your pet needs to shed a few pounds. James Moore, News Talk 1010.
Join the conversation, like us on Facebook. You can stream us anywhere at newstalk1010.com. Forecast for Toronto, some snow tonight, 2 to 4 centimeters, temperature steady at -3. Tomorrow's going to be a mix of sun and cloud, a bit windy, a high of 1, sunny and 3 on Friday, and sunshine for your weekend, both days. 4 on Saturday, 0 on Sunday. Right now, -4 degrees. I'm Dave McKee with Toronto's breaking news, traffic, and weather. Your next update at 5:30 on News Talk 1010.
Money Watch.
The Dow bounces back from an intraday low of more than 300 points to close with a 19-point gain. Investors taking a pass on global growth concerns, focusing on a rebound in oil. WTI rising $1.13 to close at $46.54 per barrel as tanker tracking data indicates a big drop in Saudi Arabia's crude oil exports last month. Oil stocks helping push Canadian stocks higher, with the TSX adding 24 points. Even the Nasdaq bagged a 5-day winning streak, gaining 31 points today, but Tesla dropped 6.8% after delivering fewer Model 3 sedans than expected in the fourth quarter. Gold gaining $4.10 to $12.85 per ounce. The loonie rising a third of a cent to 73.62 cents U.S. For BNN Bloomberg, I'm Anita Sharma.
The outrageous character that he created really appealed to kids. He was slung from catapults, he was hit by pile drivers, all that kind of stuff. And it was a lot of fun.
We're kidding ourselves if we're saying, oh, no, we're taking protocols. That's not going to happen here. A kid in 1 second, a 2-year-old could jump through something, be out of his parents' hand. We're going to have to make some other barrier to ensure that small child cannot get through there.
We've made clear to the Russians our expectation that we will learn more about the charges, come to understand what it is he's been accused of, and if the detention is not appropriate, we will demand his immediate return.
Everything looks great, and we are definitely looking forward to getting down the science data so all of our scientists and the world can see what the outer solar system, the origins of our solar system have to hold for us.
You're listening to Mark Toohey, In-Depth Radio, News Talk 1010.
Hey, it's Mark Tui. Normally you hear me 2 to 4 p.m. on Sunday. I'm in for the guys on the Rush. Ryan and Jay are on holiday. They will be back, probably well toasted from some sunny location, I hope. But they'll be back Monday. And in the meantime, you got me, and some of you might love that, and some of you, I think, are going to hate that, because looking at the text board and the calls from the last segment, pretty evenly split. I am either the worst human being on earth or the hero of the working class, so I'll take that. You can also text me at 71010. I need your advice. I want to know if I did something right. I had an episode this earlier today, before the show, where I was texting with someone that I know a little bit, professionally, out in Vancouver. She's an artist, and I introduced her to some people in Toronto when she was here. We just sort of bumped into each other. She's very cute. I don't know